Hey guys, welcome back to Keep It Rio. Today I will be talking about and teaching you guys how do I travel. Welcome back. So today this video, before you guys see the second part of my video, well, if you haven't seen the video before, it was me going to Bali and telling you guys a little bit of my experience there, which I had too much content and a lot to show you guys, so I divide the videos in two parts. So part one is on the link on the description, so go check it out, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and comment. You know all the deal. So during my trip, for 3.5 weeks while I was gone, I got a lot of messages of people asking me, how do I travel, how do I afford, how do I save my money, how do I choose my destinations, how do I prepare, all of that. Even some of them got a little bit of offensive tags. Oh, you sure that how can you afford all that? What have you been doing? And I'm like, I am just a server in the United States, in California, Los Angeles. So a lot of questions like, what do I do for work? Well, I said a bunch of times here, I'm a waitress. I work in a rooftop bar in Venice Beach. So during the summertime, that's when I make my big bucks, because here we get, as a waitress, we get paid minimum wage plus tips, which sometimes in the summer hours, we get a lot of them. Thank you guys, I know I do great service. But going back to what I was saying, job does not allow me to take more than 3 days off in a row. So pretty much during the entire summer, I don't go anywhere besides just work. I work probably for 8 hours, 5 to 6 shifts. It's like working in a store on Christmas in Brazil, back in Brazil. You make commissions and all of that. This is pretty much how it is. So I can take time off. They encourage us to take big trips during the winter hours because it rains. So especially that I work in a rooftop, actually it's funny that California nowadays rains in the winter. So when it rains, we don't open. So another other question was, how do I choose my destination? Well, I'm usually traveling the month of December, January. Usually if I'm not going back to Brazil, which in Brazil is summertime, I try to go somewhere where it's summer, because in America it's winter, and I did enjoy the summer because I was working. So I usually choose to go to a place that has beach and have like a summertime. Well, my last trip was to Bali. Bali was not their high season, it was definitely not summer, but I heard from people that Bali during the summertime of them is very packed, very busy, and things get expensive. The problem of the time that I went, it was a time of the rainy season. The same thing with Australia, which coming up. Videos are coming up. After Bali, we're gonna get some Australia, but don't you worry, we'll get there. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is, so I went anyway. It was raining, and like literally the weather for Bali was everything. I got rain, I got sunny, I got everything. So trust me, you can go. It's gonna be hot. It's not gonna be as busy, but it's just gonna be a little more wet. But how to choose my destination is basically besides the weather, and if it is a time that is gonna be like, I want to really go to Greece in the summer, but I know it's very expensive, and I know it gets really, really busy. But I mean, you can't kind of go into Greece in the winter. That would be really cold. So how do I book my flight? And how do I save? My parents probably gonna laugh of thinking that I can teach how to save. Well, I try to save 10% or 20% of what I'm making in the month, and I try to put on my savings account. Through the week, I try to save as little as I can, even it's like I always try to put away at least $100 a week, because that's $100 that you're probably gonna spend on a night out, or you're gonna spending on a shopping on Amazon or going to Target. That's gonna happen. Like, that's I'd advise to do it. Try to put 10% of what you make or 20% if you can in a month, and try to spend less if you're actually planning on a trip. Just spend less. So pretty much, how do I book my flight? I like Skyscanner. Hello, sponsor me. Kidding, but really though, I try to use as much website I can find. So what do I do to book a flight that is going to be cheaper? Is either Tuesdays or Wednesday or late night. So I always keep like 1 or 2 weeks looking for flights and try to be the cheapest one. And people don't understand that. People sometimes don't look at the websites and compare tickets. When I told people how much I paid on my Bali ticket, I paid a one-way to Bali from LAX for $480. A round trip from to LAX to Bali was $550. And sometimes that's cheaper than go to Hawaii. And you gotta think that maybe the destination and the flight can be expensive, but you're gonna spend less living there and traveling there than you would spend, I'm using an example, as Los Angeles. So booking my flight actually motivates me to save. It's the scariest thing about trip. It's a commitment. You're spending like a $500, $700, kind of hurts the bank account. So just don't be scared. Book the flight. Like you saw, it's cheap, it's a good promotion. Don't be scared. You know, you see the companies always doing this crazy like sales and everything, and people just get scared of booking. What are you thinking? Just book. I mean, it's not that easy, but like, you know what I'm saying. So I usually try to plan 2 or 3 months away to book my tickets, and then when it's booked, that's it. You're going. I try as soon as I book my ticket to be as cautious I can with my money. And some people probably it's hard to believe, but I actually did a really good job with my savings for my big trip, okay? Friends, mom, dad, family. Okay, so then you book your flight, you're ready to go, you're excited, you have some money saved. You gotta think too that when you go on a trip, compared to a city where I live, Los Angeles, everything's a lot expensive. Going out in Bali, going out, you know, to eat and stay in a nice hotel, it's probably gonna be the same price you spend in a night out, or less. Okay, so how do I plan my trip? I don't plan trips. I'm not a planner, I'm a procrastinator. So I try to do all my research of places I want to go, what I want to eat, what I want to see. So I write it down, and then I kind of like do a little bit of how would be the easy kind of way of what is close to what cities are close, whatever islands, whatever I'm going, it's close to what. I do like a little draft of an itinerary, but I don't usually follow, because I think the coolest thing about traveling is like you meet people along the way, and then they gonna have the same thirst, and that you're gonna meet people that's gonna tell you places that you want to go that maybe is not as good to go, or maybe, oh no, that place sucks, you should not go. And you learn and you give tips to a lot of people. So many people told me so many places to see that I love to see that I did not find it in my own research. So you're always going to meet people on the way, and if you meet a group of people, maybe you want to follow them. If you fall in love with somebody in the trip and you want to follow your love traveling buddy, I don't know, anything can happen. So I try to at least the first 3-4 days have a kind of like everything set it up, but from there I do the freestyle. But I know what I want to go and what I want to see, so I do my research and how to travel safe. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is a part of where you do what I say, you don't do what I do. Don't overpack like I did on my last trip to Bali, because it costs more. Please don't overpack, especially if you're gonna travel in domestic flights. Usually in countries they only allow carry-on and you have to pay extra fees for a bag. So go just with a travel backpack. If you're not going just to stay in one straight place, in one just place, if you're gonna keep moving around, just don't overpack like I did and regret it because it cost me. Olha quem tá chegando, minha bebê. So do what I say, don't do what I do, this part. So yeah, Bali, it was incredible. Chile was incredible. I can't wait for you guys to see my next video. Definitely is going to be part 2 of Bali. Keep it Rio. Well, I hope you have safe travels. I hope I answered most of you guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you missed something, if I didn't say something or one of your questions, comment here. I will be more than happy to help you out. Plan your next trip, so just let me know. Follow me on Instagram, like, share, and subscribe. And I see you in the next video. Bye!